Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be recapping everything that happened in Age of Calamity. Whether you haven't played the game and you're kind of wanting, a quick summary before Age of Imprisonment, or you did play the game but it's been a long time and you need a little refresher, this video is for you. Let's jump right into it. Oh, and also this video is going to contain major spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, then you gotta go away. So if you haven't played Breath of the Wild, this video is probably going to be confusing because this video is made with the knowledge of Breath of the Wild already in there. So if you haven't played Breath of the Wild, this might be confusing. But anyway, let's go. When the calamity began, a little robot emerges from a box in Zelda's study. It's adorable. It senses everything going on in Hyrule and it opens a time portal and, jumps through. Unfortunately, before the portal closes, a small bit of malice slips through. After traveling through time, the little robot tries to go find Zelda next. It is successful, it finds her, and Zelda is very intrigued by this little robot and takes it to the lab to study it. Once they get to the lab, they greet the eccentric scientists Pora and Robbie. Now, after a bit of research by Pora and Robbie, they find a memory bank within the little robot. And that memory bank shows footage of Hyrule's destruction in the calamity. Seeing this makes Zelda, horrified and eager to take the next steps to protect Hyrule from this calamity. So her next course of action is to find 4 champions to pilot the divine beasts. With conflicts across all of Hyrule, each village is having their own set of issues. The individuals who she asks to be the champions are Mipha, Princess of the Zora, Urbosa, Chief of the Gerudo, Revali, the famed Hyrule Warrior, and Daruk, the leader of the Gorons. With their own issues within their villages and, rising threats because of the impending calamity, they each agree to pilot the divine beasts. So that's checked off and Zelda moves on to the next thing. Things keep getting worse around Hyrule and there keeps being more threats to the royal family, specifically Zelda. The Yiga clan ambushes and attempts to Zelda because, they're just mean like that. So that makes King Rome okay, we need to find the knight who can wield the Master Sword. So Zelda, Link, and the champions set off to the Lost Woods to find the Master Sword in its resting place near the Great Deku Tree. When they get there, they encounter a mysterious figure, and his name is Aster. He is not a friend, and that is for sure, because he summons the Hollows, which are creepy, malicey, gloom versions of the champions. It's spooky as heck. And guess what they do? They start attacking Zelda. Are we surprised? No. And it's pretty bad. Right before they can strike Zelda, Link lifts the Master Sword from the pedestal and defeats the Hollows. So, Link has the Master Sword. Good. So we have the champions, we have the Master Sword. The only thing left is Zelda's powers. They aren't unlocked yet. And because of that, she has immense guilt and pressure, and it's a lot in there. Our little robot notices the struggle that Zelda's feeling in her head, and he sings her, well, not sings, but plays her a little lullaby. And that lullaby is Zelda's lullaby, if you didn't guess that already. She feels that this robot is really familiar, but she doesn't quite know where she remembers it from. Moving on, Pora and Robbie continue their research and find out that the calamity will likely begin on Zelda's 17th birthday. Meanwhile, on the evil side of the story, Master Koga, his right-hand man Suga, Aster, and an evil little robot, they're all teaming up to help this calamity happen, behind the scenes. So, the Yiga clan, they mosey their way up to the research lab and they kidnap Pora and Robbie. So, that's not good. So flash forward just a bit. It's Zelda's birthday. Happy birthday, Zelda. You're about to have the surprise party of your life. Boom, Calamity Ganon crashes the party. The champions, who are now in their divine beasts getting ready to fight the calamity, have some unexpected guests. It's the Blight Ganons. They each battle the individual Blight Ganons that are attacking them inside of the divine beasts, and a similar thing happens to each of them. So when Mipha was gravely injured and Water Blight Ganon was about to strike his final blow, which in Breath of the Wild's timeline would, you know, end her life. A portal opens and emerges from it her brother, and he saves her. So this timeline now is split. And not only does Mipha get saved by her brother Sidon, Daruk, when he was fighting Fireblight Ganon, right as Fireblight was about to, you know, do what Fireblight did, Daruk's descendant Yunobo emerges from a portal and helps Daruk not die. Same goes for Revali. A portal opens up and a Hyrule warrior named Teba emerges and, you know, helps fight off Windblight. Finally, Urbosa is saved by her fellow Gerudo chief and descendant Riju. With the champions all saved from their demise, they pilot the divine beasts with their new partners. Meanwhile, Zelda, Link, and Impa are all on a mission to rescue Pora and Robbie. They make their way to Hyrule Field only to be stopped by Aster, who informs Zelda that she is about to meet her end. And then he summons the Blight Ganons, all of them. So Link tries his best to protect Zelda, but he ultimately is overwhelmed. And right as it seems all hope is lost, Zelda unlocks her powers, and by doing so, saves Link's life. Now we're moving to the grand finale. The champions, Zelda and Link, make their way to Hyrule Castle. When they arrive, they find Aster and a corrupted version of our little robot. So Aster orders the little robot to destroy the heroes. And, you know, instead, the robot starts absorbing everything around him, including Aster. So now we have this ultimate evil version of the robot. This part's so creepy. So after absorbing all these things and Aster and a lot of random stuff, it turns into Calamity Ganon. And the worst part, it shoots a beam of malice at our good robot from the future, and the robot becomes corrupted. So Zelda and the champions realize they are about to have to fight the robot that warned them about this future, and that's not good, that's not fun. But they know it's the only way to keep Hyrule safe. Once the robot is critically damaged, Zelda approaches it and begins to cry. The robot proceeds to play her one last lullaby to comfort her. She then has a flashback to her childhood. She remembers the little droid's name was Tarako. She remembers playing with the little robot alongside her mother. And she remembers it comforting her through the grief of her mother. And finally, she remembers when her father hid Tarako away from her. As Tarako's light fades out, Zelda makes a vow to stop the calamity for good. Despite the party's desperate attempts at defeating Ganon, they're not even making a scratch. Suddenly, Tarako's lights flash back on, and the little droid launches himself into Calamity Ganon and self-destructs. This weakens Ganon significantly, to the point where Zelda and Link are able to seal him away with their combined powers. So finally, the threat is no more, and that little robot saved the future. So with the battle finally over, the champions all say their goodbyes to their companions from the future, but they notice a small screw sparkling on the ground. Some time passes and Hyrule is still thriving. After finding more and more pieces, they are able to repair Tarako. When they finally power it back up, the champions and Link watch Zelda as she sees her childhood friend flicker back to life. And that, my friends, is Age of Calamity. I definitely suggest playing this game because it's honestly so fun, and I love that it's two-player. Two-player Zelda, what the heck, that's awesome. I have so many good memories playing Age of Calamity, and just like seeing this story unfold was so cool. And just to have like this alternate universe where, you know, everything was happy. That's so cool. I am so excited for Age of Imprisonment, and I can't wait to see what kind of stories it has in store. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see other videos kind of like this with other games and me summarizing like the plot, let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day, and may the goddess smile upon you.